three-day state visit. Macron's itinerary has included a visit to the Holocaust Memorial in Berlin, celebrations for Germany's post-war constitution, and a speech to a young crowd in Dresden. He has also met with Chancellor Olaf Scholz and government ministers to discuss trade, defence and spending. Deutsche Welle correspondent Emily Leshner joins us now from Berlin. Emily, hi there. So what's the significance of this visit? How's it different from previous visits?
Well, Macron makes a trip to Germany every few months, but this is the first time in 24 years that a French president has made an official state visit with the full pomp and circumstance that this sort of visit entails. Now, normally when Macron comes to Germany, he meets with Chancellor Olaf Scholz and they coordinate their EU and foreign policies. But this trip is different because of its goal, which is to send an important signal and a message to the rest of the world, and that's that Europe stands as a united front, that it's stronger than ever, and also that the relationship between Germany and France is solid despite some of the very big disagreements they've had.
What are some of the things that France and Germany don't actually see eye to eye on?
Well, one of the major disagreements between them is whether or not Western countries should be able to send ground troops to Ukraine. Earlier this year, Macron said France would do everything it needed to ensure that Russia didn't win the war, implying that it would consider deploying troops if it felt this would mean a Ukrainian victory. And this is a move Scholz has made very clear that Germany will not take. Macron also argues that Ukraine should be allowed to attack Russian positions with long-range missiles like the Taurus missiles that Scholz has refused to send to Ukraine. Germany has also criticized France, saying that despite its vow to do whatever it takes for Ukraine to win, that it actually hasn't delivered very much in terms of financial and military assistance. So France and Germany support Kyiv, but they don't agree on exactly how to do that. And the other really important difference in opinion revolves around economic policy and trade. In terms of military spending, Macron wants Germany to commission European companies for its arms instead of U.S. ones. That's part of a strategy that he's keen on, one that encourages EU members to buy European defense and space products, while Germany is happy to keep buying from the U.S. And then there's the issue of China and tariffs. Germany is against placing tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles the way that the U.S. has, because many of the parts in Chinese cars are actually made in Germany. So this would have a negative impact on the German economy. But France wants tariffs. And Macron even took the opportunity during his visit to call out the EU for being what he says naive in the face of growing competition. Macron also has called for the EU to double its public financing, not only for security, but also for the energy transition. And with the inflation that Germany has been experiencing, it's unlikely that Scholz will agree to such a measure.
OK, Emily, let's turn to the European parliamentary elections. Less than 2 weeks away, aren't they? Does Macron have any impact on how these might turn out?
Well, Macron, he's certainly trying to move the needle in his direction and towards the center, away from the right. When he was in Dresden on Monday, he warned a crowd of more than 10,000 people, sometimes addressing them in German, on the impact of the rise of the far right in Europe. He said that authoritarianism poses a real threat to the bloc and to European unity and needs to be taken seriously. And right now, in France and Germany, right-wing parties have gained a lot of traction. That's the AfD party in Germany and Marine Le Pen's populist National Rally Party, which is expected to become the strongest party in France after the elections. So yes, in addition to trying to project European unity, Macron has also used this trip to appeal to voters.
Emily, thank you very much for that. Emily, live for us in Berlin. Let's check on the weather forecast now. Here's Eleni Roussos.
Settled weather through the south.